Good morning, precious people. Here we are together. It's another fresh day. So, this day is a gift. It's filled with possibility, good and bad. Things could happen today. So, let's open this day and enter with kindness and curiosity. Just remember, we're all still growing and learning, every single one of us. None of us has made it, at the end of our learning and growing. Like, we're the total package. None of us. So, let's show some humility, some kindness, some grace to ourselves and to other people. So, grab your nearest drink. Today, I treated myself to some whipped cream on my coffee. And my daughter's dog is here again today. I'm going to try not to spit my coffee all over my computer. When he hears me sip, he's going to come running. He's just that way past my... Okay. He's at the edge of the room, almost leaving, so let me sip and see what he does. He must have not heard. Okay. Last time I took a sip, he whipped his head around so fast. It made me laugh so hard. I had a big mouth of coffee. And just this morning I see on my microphone another little drip where it just exploded. I could not keep it in. It was so funny. Some days you have to have a little whipped cream on your coffee. Okay, a little bit more. That's it. Oh, here he comes. Here with the spoon. You little booger. Then I have my brain drink. Have to keep it balanced. Stay hydrated when you're drinking your coffee. And so I have something fun to talk about today. Everything I talk about really is in my heart. It is something that I want to share with you that might improve your life, improve your family, something around you, your opportunities, how you think about things. I'm really hoping something I say helps somebody. And right now I don't have I don't get a lot of views, but if something I say sticks in someone's brain and helps them, I would be so happy. So if anything I say sparks a thought, please be ready to type it up in the comments. I would love to hear what you think about what I have to talk about today. It is building your marriage. It's so funny. If you're not married, you have no clue what marriage is like. Me growing up seeing my parents, and I'm like, why are they that way? Why... He shouldn't be talking to her that way. Why does she push his buttons, kind of thing. And then I get into my own marriage and I'm like, oh, some of that makes sense now. Some of it makes even less sense now. But I've been married coming up on 29 years. Yeah, 29 years in a couple months. And we had lots of hard times, lots of times where I just want to run away screaming, lots of times where I'm like, I don't know how we're going to make it. So it would be nice if we could just have the happily ever after, not have to work on our marriages after we get married. Like, oh, that's the end. No, it's not the end. It's the beginning of now growing together. So that's developing your marriage is what I feel like is growing together. So, yesterday I was talking about your community, being a community architect outside your front door, what you can do, how you can help your neighborhood. Today it's going to be inside the walls of your own home. So it's being an intentional spouse. If the neighborhood is the village, the marriage is the town hall. And it's where the culture of your entire family is set. So we can slide into this co-parent, roommate kind of relationship. But you want to move into being more of a strategic partner, which I was talking about that Ben Franklin effect yesterday. And you can use that Ben Franklin effect to strategically build your relationship with your spouse. So strong marriage isn't just about love, it's about alignment. Today I want to look at how to treat your marriage like the most important project you'll ever manage, with concrete steps to move from conflict to collaboration. Excuse me. We spend so much time architecting our career and our communities, but how often do we just put our marriage on autopilot? For many, marriage eventually turns into a series of logistical negotiations, like who's picking up the kids? Did you pay the electric bill? What's for dinner? Today we're taking the personal responsibility I've been talking about all week and applying it to our spouses. So we're moving from tolerating to targeting. And that's something else I've been trying to convey. Like, if you have an issue, if you see something that needs fixed, you just go do it, fix it, make it better, make your environment better. And that includes your marriage. So here in the news this morning, researchers are highlighting a shift in 2026. It's the Great Reconnection. After years of digital isolation, people are reinvesting in deep face-to-face partnerships. We're seeing a rise in these marriage retreats and relationship coaching that treats partnership like a high-performance skill. People are realizing that a stable home is the ultimate cycle breaker for the stress of the outside world. If the home is solid, then that scarcity tunnel that I've been talking about, where it's like you get so tunnel visioned on I gotta, this bills, the kids, that you can't think outside that. You can't grow and learn and develop things in your community, in yourself, in your marriage, when you're just tunnel vision. But the way you can get out of that is going to a marriage retreat, doing a workbook, being more intentional in your relationship with your spouse. I don't know if you've all heard of John Gottman, the Gottman Institute. I believe it's him and his wife who started this, and it is the go-to gold standard of relationship counseling and the psychology of marriage. So I wanted to do a quote, not a quote, but the main takeaway when I've read John Gottman's information. This is my main takeaway that I got. It's called A Bid for Connection. It's small moments where you and your spouse, or where your spouse asks for your attention. And what that looks like, it could be like in my house, what that looks like is, this is funny, this might be TMI, but I'll be in the kitchen and I'll be cooking or cleaning or something. My husband will come up behind me and hug me. And it's like, I am not in the mindset to receive touch, or I don't know how to explain it. It might be a little autism or sensory thing I might have. But so this hug, and I'm trying to chop onions, and I'm like, instead of that's a bid for connection he's making. And so how I respond to that bid for connection creates the stability in my relationship. Let me think how I bid. When I walk into a room and he's on his phone with his earbuds in, I don't know if he's on a call or if he's just watching YouTube or something. But I'll talk to him. I'm like, hey, hun. And if he doesn't respond to me, I feel like a denied bid for connection. So does that make sense at all? If I'm like, hey, can you grab that thing for me? That's a bid for connection. It really is. So think of ways how you experience those bids in your life. Both directions. We all are making bids for connection between each other. Anyway, let me get back to this. So it's small moments where your spouse asks for your attention. Successful couples turn toward those bids 86% of the time. But remember the Ben Franklin effect where you're asking for help from someone? If you're feeling a rift in your relationship, stop trying to buy your spouse's affection with chores. Instead, ask them for a small favor. It seems counterintuitive, but it really can help that relationship. Ask for their advice on a work problem or help with a project you're doing. My husband has done this. It's not because we felt a rift, but he works from home. He's online all the time, on the phone all the time, calls, talking to his work friends. And, everyone's in the same mind space and whatever, but he will, if he's coming up against a really hard problem, he'll come to me. He's like, I don't know if I'm looking at this the right way. Can I just bounce something off of you? Can you give me your honest opinion? I feel so honored. I feel like you have all these high-level people you're working with, professionals in this field, and then he's coming to me like, I keep getting these emails from a partner and I think they're going through the wrong channel or the focus is wrong. And I talk to my coworker, he says, just ignore it. He's like, but I need your unbiased opinion, what you think, how you think I should handle this. I am so honored. So that's the Ben Franklin effect in our relationship. And it's so funny, I do that to him all the time because I'll be wrapped up in something. I'm like, they're asking me to do way too much where I volunteer. And I mean, I've had to cancel my Bible study. I've had to move events because now they want me to do something else. I'm like, honey, what should I do? And I need your advice. I know what I want to do. I want to do everything. I want to do Bible study. I want to go to that event. I want to help any way I can at the nonprofit place. It's like, but he's like, okay, he'll give me some straight advice. And he knows me too. He knows that I want to help. I want to be involved in everything. I want to do everything. I'm hyped up. He's like, no, pick one thing not to do this week and just email them and tell them you're not doing it. So I'm like, whoa, that was a great piece of advice. Thank you, honey. So you can make a bid for affection, a bid for connection, and then you can also use the Benjamin Franklin effect to ask for help with something to build your relationship. It moves your relationship from being transactional to collaborative. So instead of that, who's getting the kids? I'll make the dinner. Can you go pick up the laundry or get the laundry out of the dryer? Transactional things that happen. Those are just logistical things that have to happen in your relationship, but you can make it more collaborative. Let's see. So you're asking your spouse to invest in you, and you're triggering in their brain to remind them why they value you. So that's two things you can do. Make bids for connection, respond to bids for connection, identify bids for connection, respond, and then do the Ben Franklin. Ask them for their honest to goodness opinion. You value them. So, I had something about us Gen Xers, which we have to fight. Sometimes as Gen Xers, our love language is 40% eye rolls and 60% shared trauma from the 80s. We aren't big on this overly earnest romance of that younger generations seem to be holding on to, or things you see in the movies. We show love by remembering to take out the trash without being asked, or send a meme that describes how we feel, or how we both feel about the grocery store we both hate. There's so many apps now designed to help your connection. We have tried the apps. We had like a finance sharing app, and then like a love bonding building app. They were okay. It was just something else to do on our phones though. So I want to put the phone down, do the, like Dr. Gottman says, that bid for connection is touch to touch. You know, that's what's really meaningful, what I've found. And it's cheaper. You don't have to pay for an app to go and touch your husband. And he loves it, believe it or not. So, a healthy marriage is the special light that guides the rest of the family. When you have that solid, like, roof over your whole family's heads of this wonderful relationship, your kids get to see two people who take responsibility for their own happiness and partnership. They learn that stability is possible. You aren't just being a good spouse, you're being a good leader. And your homework today, identify one bid for connection from your spouse and turn to it with 100% focus. So today, when I'm making dinner, I'm in the kitchen working, if my husband comes in and touches my shoulders or puts his arms around me, I'm going to put the knife down and I'm going to turn to him and give him my full attention for as long as he wants it. The onions can wait. I know the onions can wait. So that's what I challenge you to do. Find that bid for connection that your spouse, your partner is trying to give you, and turn to it fully. Give them that full response that they're looking for. Okay, that'll strengthen any marriage. Any marriage. Now let's see. Tomorrow I'm hoping to talk about parenting. Because I'm moving from like community, city, county, neighborhood, marriage, and then down to the children here this week. Hopefully focus down to what's important, you know. I had a few resources that can possibly strengthen your bond. One is the Gottman Institute. It's called the Marriage Minute. This is a research-based organization that offers a free Marriage Minute email newsletter. When you sign up for the newsletter, just make sure you take time to read it. And when you're reading it, don't be watching the TV too. Focus on it. It provides a 60-second tip on communication, conflict resolution, and intimacy based on 40 years of data. Highly recommend anything from the Gottman Institute. There's something called Lasting via Talkspace. I have not checked this one out. It says it's a leading relationship counseling app that offers guided sessions on topics like communication, money, and parenting. It's designed for couples who want to work on their relationship in 5 to 10 minute little episodes. So it could work. I personally love marriage retreats, and I would highly recommend, I think it's called A Weekend to Remember. I believe it's, let me look it up real quick. I think it's just called weekendtoremember.com. See what happens. Oh, it's not that. It's called Family Life. So it's www.familylife.com, and on there they have a button, Weekend to Remember. They have these throughout the year all around the country. I loved it. It was such a fun little getaway. It does cost money. It's not cheap, but I highly recommend it. That was so fun. I still remember when we went on our Weekend to Remember, and I have the workbook from it. I keep it. I look through it. Check that out. So Gottman Institute, familylife.com, Weekend to Remember. And then there's something else here I found is called The School of Life, founded by philosopher Alain de Botton. This resource offers incredible articles, videos, and books on emotional intelligence of relationships, moving past fairy tales into the reality of partnership. So that's called The School of Life. I did not look that up. That's just something that I found. I didn't go to their website. But the two I have been on, Gottman Institute, Family Life, highly recommend. But yeah, that bit for connection isn't just between your spouse and you. It's between children and parents. It's between coworkers, boss, even people you're standing in line with at the store. There's somebody who might be needing that connection, needing a little something from you. Well, again, if anything sparked a thought, why don't you go ahead and leave a comment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you can, The Daily Maven. Every single day is another chance to keep learning and growing and becoming more of the wonderful person you are. The world is better with your light in it. So thanks for sharing time with me. I'll be here tomorrow with more coffee. Yum, 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 yum. And I hope you have a beautiful day out there. Okay? Don't forget, you're the Lord's precious one. Bye.